There are two types of buyers. Hello, John, Marketing for Owners, the podcast. Welcome to another episode. It is Thursday. It is episode 394. Closing in on the next big number. So, what about the buyers? I actually said there's two types of buyers, and I mean in relation to the way I'm going to discuss this, there are probably many other types of buyers. So I apologise to all other buyers, but let me explain, and perhaps it'll all come to you. Firstly, there are people who will buy your product, and then the second type, there are people who will buy opportunities. So what I mean by that is really in relation to your online marketing and your when you nurture people, nurture leads, and get them to eventually buy your product. Now, the temptation with emails and with adverts on Facebook and Google AdWords and print ads and direct mail and everything is to send someone directly to a website, to a landing page, to a sales page and say, here's a product, buy it. Now, of course, you can have worked out that they are the perfect potential customer. You've got all your avatar, persona, everything all geared up. It's ideal, you know they are the right person for this. But when they arrive in front of your product, some of them are just ready to buy. They were going to buy anyway. They just want to buy. They need it right now. And bingo, done, sorted. Now, on average, on say an e-commerce site, those people in the vast majority of visitors are probably 2 or 3%. In actual fact, more targeted from an advert, they're going to be more like 5 or 10%. But what about all the others? All those other people that are your target customers that didn't buy, what happened with them? Of course, they may not like your offer. They may think you're too expensive, so you haven't communicated the value adequately. But more often than not, it just is that they're not ready to buy today. They were looking for information, you tempted them, they're interested, they wanted to see what it's about, it's something that they like, they know about, they just weren't in a position to buy it today. So I'll give you an example in my fire safety business. I can talk to people via adverts about what type of fire extinguishers you'll need for your business. Someone comes along and they read it. Perhaps they're going to be setting up a new business and they're getting the keys to their new retail store, their shop, in 2 months' time. And they're doing all the research. And they land and they think, fantastic, that's great. But they're not ready to buy. So they read it, they learn, they get informed, you've done your job, off they go. Now, 2 months later, when they need it, they have the information they need. If you haven't kept in touch, are they going to remember you? So the other alternative is if they're not ready to buy now, you need to keep in touch with them. You need to nurture them. You need to get them to know you. You need to get them to like you. And then you need to get them to trust you. During this process, the know means so that you've kept in touch, perhaps weekly, every couple of weeks, perhaps more, certainly not less. Then they'll remember your name when it comes down to it. What about the getting to like you? Of course, if you're going to annoy them with emails that send offer after offer after offer and try and force them to buy when they're not wanting to buy, then they're not going to like you. So you need to have them like you. And during that process, if you give them enough information and explain in stories in a way that how this has affected others, how you've solved other problems, how other people had a similar situation to them and what they did to solve it and how you helped, then they'll get to trust you. But during this process, you can occasionally offer what I would describe as an opportunity. Now, this isn't so much an offer because you could get confused between an offer meaning a discount, 2 for 1, buy it now, etc. But an opportunity. Now, an opportunity needs to be geared to the individual. It needs to feel like it is time sensitive. If they don't do it now, it'll go away. It needs to exude value. So in other words, it's something that is great that they should not miss out on. And it needs to feel like they're special. They know it's not just for them, but they're one of a selected few that have this opportunity. Now they're thinking they're going to need this in a couple of months. But now you're talking, well, I'm going to need it, but that's not going to come around again. I might buy it now. So therefore, you've got those two different people. Like I said, give another example. You go into Tesco's or Walmart and you go grocery shopping. You're going to buy your milk and you're going to buy this, but as you walk through those aisles, on the end of the aisles, they quite often have all the special, well, they always have all the special offers, certainly in the UK, and occasionally they're going to have buy one, get one free, half price. You didn't even need it, but you think, oh, that's irresistible, I'm going to buy it. That's how you can make, or you can help someone to buy your product. It needs you to keep in touch with them and to throw something like this in rarely, okay, to make it sound like it is an extremely good offer. Of course, it's pointless selling things where you can't make any money unless you have a high follow-up series where they're likely to buy more and spend more in the future. But quite often it's to add extra things. If you've been to, say, a camera store or an electronics store, you might buy something and they'll throw in the delivery, throw in installation, they'll throw in taking away your old TV or fridge or whatever you're buying. On a camera store, they may throw in a bag and a cleaning kit and those little extra value things and this is just today only. That would make you think, wouldn't it? You're looking in the camera store because, of course, probably aren't many camera stores anymore, but you're looking in the camera store because you like cameras and at some point you're going to be tempted to buy. You don't plan to buy anything now, but it's got those things that are just now and you think, oh, maybe. Try and get your customers like that because, like I say, there were tiny percentage of them that are ready to buy right now. But if you can make an opportunity, people will buy that. I hope that made sense. Made sense to me. So it is Thursday. It's time for a Drive Time podcast. Today, we're recommending Todd Henry. Now this one's slightly different. This is another one for inspiration. I like inspirational ones. It's called The Accidental Creative. Now Todd would describe it as, it's for those that thrive, I'm reading this, thrive in the create-on-demand world by instilling practical, everyday practices that help you stay prolific, brilliant and healthy in your life and in your work. Now, this is a fast world. Create on demand stuff means you're always on. The pressure is there. You need to be able to relax. You need to be able to be inspired. Todd's thing, it's got hundreds of reviews. It's great. It's been going for a while. It seems to be every week or so. And they're generally up to about 20 minutes, occasionally sort of 8 or 9 minutes, but they're nice. It's well recorded, good audio. I do like it. So go to iTunes. While you're there, by the way, why not throw in a little review for good old Marketing for Owners podcast? It would be appreciated. It doesn't matter what continent you're on. Go in iTunes, tell me what you think, write a little description. It will help me. If you've got any issues, please email me at Jon, Jon, at marketingforowners.com. By the way, if you do go to the website at marketingforowners.com, you can see all the old podcasts, all the previous ones, back the other 393. There you go. Anyway, let me know what you think, but go check out The Accidental Creative by Todd Henry, and you can also go to his website, accidentalcreative.com. It's got lots of information there, and again, all his archive of podcasts. I think you'll like it. I'll be back tomorrow with a weekend challenge.